Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Figure It Out Productions. The following video is part of our Quick Shoot series.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and holy shit, look at this box. This is freaking huge. So obviously I'm going to open this up, you know what it is, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about it. If you don't care about that, you just want to see like the whole unboxing aspect of this, feel free to skip to the time code. No hard feelings, I got it, no problem. Otherwise, thank you for sticking around. Let's open this thing up, or at least we'll try to. Wow, not easy. Okay, there we go. And we have our bubble wrap stuff. Wow, lots of bubble wrap. Dude, well, I appreciate them for protecting the order. And then, here we go, we have the device. It is, of course, the PlayStation 4 Pro. Let's get the big ass box out of here. PlayStation 4 Pro. If you're unfamiliar with what the PlayStation 4 Pro is, basically Sony took the PlayStation 4 and they just made a lot of changes to it. They upgraded the hardware. It's kind of jokingly referred to as the PS4.5. It's kind of what the PS4 probably should have been when it came out. The idea that a lot of people believe is that it's a 4K gaming capable console. No, it has 4K elements to it. It can run some games in 4K resolutions, but to assume that it's going to do that for everything is simply false. The way it currently works is that a lot of older catalog titles, particularly Sony brand titles, will have just patches, and they'll use those patches to upgrade textures and upgrade resolutions and all that kind of fun stuff. Future games will take it, will have that in mind when they make games for it, so that at least currently the idea is that future games will take advantage of this hardware and then they'll downscale for a traditional PlayStation 4. It is my theory, of course, that it's kind of an inevitability. In a year or two, there's going to be a point where, assuming that the PS4 Pro is successful, and thus far it looks like it is, that they'll make games with just that in mind. They're going to stop worrying about regular PS4s. But, down the road, that's when we kind of deal with that problem. Now, the thing is, I actually don't even own a 4K television. So if you're like, well, why the hell did you get this? One, I like new tech. I like consoles. I like that whole aspect of it. I obviously like making videos about it for you guys. But even if you just have a 1080p television like I do, it still will enhance the supported games anyway by supporting higher resolutions from the ones that they used to support. A lot of games would upscale to 1080p, but really ran more at like 900p or 720p in a lot of cases. So they'll be upgraded truly to 1080p, and then they'll have improved textures and all that fun stuff. And if I get a 4K television, I'll be ready to go. So I wanted to get it, but it wasn't like the biggest motivator because it's a $400 device. And again, without a 4K TV, I wasn't really going to get everything out of it. So why did I change my mind? Well, one, Shenmue 3 is coming this year, most likely, which is fucking insane to be actually saying out loud, although I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed until 2018, which I'm totally fine with. But you never know, that game might take advantage of it. But even that, I wasn't going to just jump on the PS4 Pro right away. What actually did it was that there was a day, it was November 27th of 2016, there was a day where Amazon decided to sell the PS4 Pro from, instead of $400 like it's supposed to be, down to $340. Nice $60 haircut there. And I was like, oh, that's not bad. Not enough for me to actually jump on it, but that's cool. And then I just, out of curiosity, I looked over at Best Buy to see what they were doing. Best Buy, if you're in Europe, is like MediaMarkt. So I wanted to see if they were doing the same deal or anything like that, because with Best Buy, I prefer to buy stuff there because basically you get Reward Zone points on top of everything. Reward Zone is like a payback program. You buy stuff, you earn points, and those points add up. You get gift cards, basically, right? So I was like, well, you save a little bit more money by doing that. So I thought that would be the way I would go. But no, they weren't doing anything with that. But what they were doing was they were including Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Legacy Edition, the one that comes with Modern Warfare, and it was like $80 when it came out. They were giving that away with the console, but they weren't dropping the price of the console. And so I continued to dig, and I found out that was the same day. If you guys saw the last couple of playloads, you know this. That same day, Best Buy, if you bought something with a Visa credit card over $100, they'd automatically give you $25 off. But I was like, Call of Duty and the Visa $25 off is not actually as good as the Amazon $60 discount, primarily because I don't really care about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. But then I got this idea where I thought, well, why don't I call them and see if they'll price match? Because they're always talking about price matching, right? Long story short, they agreed to price match for $340. They also agreed to use the Visa thing, so I got another 25 off. I got my reward zone points, and on top of that, they just threw in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Legacy Edition, even though I didn't ask them, I didn't even bring this up. They mentioned it to me. They're like, oh, by the way, it's going to include this. And I'm like, great. As you can see, I haven't opened it. I may not. I may actually sell this and get some of the money back. We'll see. But regardless, it did actually include it. But yeah, so that's how I got this thing. I basically did it because it was a nice deal, and now I'll have the thing for the future. So good for me. But yeah, let's go ahead and open up the console here. So you look at the top, there is a piece of tape there. We'll be cutting that. One of those standard like circle tapes. Okay. And now we lift it up. And inside we have the console. Here's the exterior box, which we'll be putting off to the side. Now this thing comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive by default. My old PS4 had a 1 terabyte SSD in there I put in. Yes, really, an SSD. So my plan is, even though it won't give me additional storage, is to basically just swap the drives. That way the PS4 Pro has the SSD, so it can take advantage of the extra speeds that come out of that. But now we take this box here, and there's like a little flap deal here. We lift that up, and this lifts like this. So put it down. And you guys get to see this before I do, I think. Oh no, it doesn't lift all the way up, so never mind. It's just one of these sliding deals. So the first thing you're greeted by is a quick start guide. I'd have to look through this, but usually these include like little vouchers for like some PSN credit or something like that. So yippee, maybe there's some PSN credit. Even though I really don't do anything with digital stuff. But let's pull out the rest of it here. On the side, we have one of these, what is this? Thing. Okay, so we have like this thing that includes various items, namely a power cable. Interesting, this actually does not use the figure 8 power cable. Wow, I did not know that. That's interesting. Okay, that makes me, I'm gonna have to change my setup a bit. This is a USB cable for the controller, little headset deal. Over here we have what I'm assuming is going to be the controller. Let's find out. This is oddly difficult to get to. It sure feels like a controller. It's an HDMI cable, and of course the controller, which is nice because I didn't have a second controller, so there we go. Except for that PlayStation Anniversary controller, but I wasn't going to open that. Anyway, so let's move on to the console itself, because I don't think there's going to be anything else in here. Nope, nothing else inside this box. Oh wait, no, I take that back. There is a little PlayStation guide thing, and this just includes information about PSN and start your free trial. There's no codes of any kind on this thing, it's just advertisements for what it is. So yeah, we got the cardboard little sides here, we take those off. And then we have the little foam exterior. We take this off to reveal the console. And there you go. Now it should of course be noted, in case it wasn't obvious from the beginning, this is not the PlayStation 4 Slim. That's a different thing. The PlayStation 4 Slim is just a redesign of the original PS4. This has additional beefier hardware in it. So you take a look at the front. People are comically referring to it as like a hamburger. Yeah, okay. It's got a power switch, obviously, an eject switch, 2 USB ports on the front, and of course a disk drive. On the back, it has the power supply, which again is odd. I'm so used to Sony consoles having the figure 8 one. This is more like the power supply you'd find on like a PC tower or like a PC monitor. It has an HDMI port. It has some sort of auxiliary port, which I think is used for cameras or something. I never use that port. There's the digital optical audio out. And there's an additional USB port, which soon you'll be able to use with things like external storage. Yay! And then here we have the LAN port for internet access. And there is your hard drive bay, which I will be opening because I'm going to put in the 1 terabyte SSD. Like I said, it won't give me additional storage, but it will take advantage of the fact that it's an SSD, better load times, and all that fun stuff. Sorry about the jump cut there. It's just that I have a few more things I want to discuss, and obviously times have changed a little bit. I'm in a different outfit, I got a haircut, all that fun stuff. Just want to give you a couple afterthoughts about the PS4 Pro. First, to be noted, I like it a lot. It's really rather cool. If you guys noticed earlier in the video, I mentioned that I was going to transfer my my 1 terabyte SSD that had been in my old PS4, put it in this one, and swap it back. Long story short, this is just a warning to you guys.
The way that works on the PS4, or had worked, now we're getting external storage. Thank you. So I wish I'd kind of waited until then to do this process. But the way it had worked was that you did what was called backup and restore, where it basically just backed up everything on the console to an external hard drive, and then you'd have to basically reformat the console and restore the data back onto it. While a lot of people praise this feature, and whatever, if you had true external storage, that wouldn't matter, which we're getting, so it doesn't, whatever. Point is, long story short, that my hard drive, not the hard drive, but the whatever the process was, got corrupted. It successfully backed everything up, but it absolutely wouldn't restore anything, which is really disappointing. I lost all my game saves, I lost all my installs, I lost all my downloads. I lost PT. You remember Playable Teaser? I lost that. So that was really fucking frustrating. Obviously, currently the servers are functional. I still have the disks. I can reinstall stuff, etc. Losing game saves, nothing I can really do about that. Losing PT, can't really do anything about that. I did manage to find a buddy of mine who had PT on his console, so I ended up backing up his console, restoring it. So ultimately, I did get PT back, but I had to do all this extra shit, and it was just really annoying. And it's just one of those things where if they had added external storage sooner, that never would have been a problem. And so I just wanted to let you know that that is an issue. Watch out if you're doing that data transfer stuff. You can run into that. I did, and it fucking sucked. But whatever. Maybe I should have been a little more patient. I should have waited until true external storage was actually launched. But I wanted to start using the PS4 Pro, you know? So, yeah, aside from that, nothing really else to say. PS4 Pro is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how it compares to the eventual Scorpio, which is still quite some time away. But nevertheless, awesome to have it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all later.